You are watching What Woke You Up. My name is James Bennett. Thanks very much for watching. Well, in the last uh, podcast, we talked about uh, explaining the inexplicable, the liberal mindset, partly because it's just very significant at this time in our ongoing, partly because I don't know about you, but I find it very interesting. And it is just bizarre. I mean, there is the persona, the individual that we know, friends, family, neighbors, people at work. And then there's what happens uh, when they get triggered. And today might be a good day because if you're into numerology, an 11 represents a doorway. A double 11 is a door wide open. And we need to open some doors today on 11/11/24. And as we can see with our discourse with liberals and people on the left and Democrats that are just absolutely freaking out, regurgitating stuff about Donald Trump that is just from planet Pluto, that really uh, uh, reminds us of the damage and I believe the culpability that should be forthcoming for our fifth column friends in our Mockingbird media and the tangible damage that they've done to our world. We talked about the commonality of the different mind control techniques and how they all seem to have something in common. That is to say, fracturing our foundation, getting us to leave our happy place and pick your term. The ownership of ourselves, our spirit, our belief set, which on reflection, I believe the resolve to own what we think, I think might be the work of our friend, the ego. But in some conjecture, I suggested that man has a resolve to want to have an explanation for things. And I was pointing out how, in very early times, man would make up what sound now like ridiculous fables just to have an explanation for his world. And when odd weather events or a nuclear eclipse would happen, I mean, people would lose their minds. And yeah, we have a resolve to want to have explanations for everything, and we hold our belief set, it seems, very dearly. Demoralization, trauma, drama, extreme abuse. These are drugs. These are all either instruments or by happenstance. These are different conditions under which I believe we can lose a sense of havingness with ourselves. And we can get a dark attachment. That is to say, a dark spirit that can move in. It also makes us more receptive to the power of suggestion, because a lack of having an explanation for everything, I believe, can mimic a problem, which is the catalyst for Hegel's dialectic: problem, reaction, and Our dark overlords always seem to have the solution, don't they? But the commonality, uh, I believe, is very, very noteworthy. Used to have some friends, a couple. Boy, talk about being egoic about their belief set. We used to call them the Bickermans because they would just love to just debate and fight about everything, you know. One night after a couple of drinks, we had had enough. I told him that, you know, being right in $5 will get you a large latte. You know, mostly the $5. That was a while ago when you could get a large latte still for $5. But if we get past the judgment of this societal discord that we often have with people on the left, those of us that are awake, uh, not only is it of a lot of import getting past this chapter in our ongoing, but I don't know about you, I just find it fascinating. I mean, it's unbelievable. The stuff that these people on the left and social media and everything that they regurgitate about Donald Trump. I mean, the establishment's brainwashing, they don't kind of twist it a little. They don't kind of put a spin on it. I mean, it's like full blown invert the truth lying. I mean, sweet people will say that you're like supporting the KKK or you're a Nazi or and that Trump wants to get rid of the Constitution and he's a rapist and it's absolutely unbelievable. And it's so out of character, oftentimes, from the people that we thought we knew. They are triggered. And I would say they are literally triggered because there are trigger words uh, that have been um, uh, imposed on much of the populace uh, through what I believe is, to different extents, MK Ultra programming. They are literally trigger words. Some examples of MK Ultra trigger words might be the Constitution, secure elections, the national anthem, make America great again. Boy, that's enough to piss you off, ain't it? The American flag and science, rule of law, vaccines, free market, illegal aliens, and the granddaddy trigger of them all, Trump. Oh, oh. You know, in Sonoma County, about an hour above San Francisco, I owned a community center. We had all kinds of cool events there, and dance and book signings and Institute of Noetic Science and yoga and martial arts and all kinds of new age information and sound healing and all kinds of stuff. And I would rent to what I would call the love and light crowd. I mean, they were all about love and light and diversity and namaste, until we had to have a little conversation about them staying longer at the facility than they paid for, or if Donald Trump's name came up. And then there was no more namaste. They would change gears on me like a different person. No more namaste. I wanted to go away. And it's just fascinating to me how people that we know will just completely change gears on you. In the last podcast, I suggested that many of these people are in fear. and shared an observation of mine that oftentimes hardcore liberals are atheists. It's very difficult to generalize. I think that there's can be a lot of different factors. Feeling like you're in with the in crowd, in with the people that have an empathy for others. Perhaps they hold uh, um, in their cellular memory from past lives. Perhaps they hold um, memory of being slaves because we've been under oppression and slaves for many lifetimes. Perhaps it's that. And in this unusual brand of warfare that we find ourselves in, uh, I believe that they are casualties of war. And we've all been damaged by this brand of warfare. And I have been guilty of, saying that these people on the left are collaborators in a time of war. Those that go along to get along uh, are collaborators. But true to this unique, amazing chapter, it feels like we have two different movies going on, two different realities going on simultaneously, doesn't it? Like I say, the New World Order is getting ready to be the Old World Order. And the real New World Order is going to be revealed and disclosed at a rate in which the populace is willing to receive it. And in that way, like I say, I believe that the people that are particularly brainwashed are holding us back, in a very real way. But it is time as we go through this change, the shift, the great awakening, it is going to be time to hold out our hand to these people. And I can already see it starting to happen. I was trying to get some action going on a bet saying that they weren't going to steal this last election. And I didn't get any takers, but people that thought that they were all getting ready to steal it again, people that are kind of half awake. All of a sudden, my phone and my text was lighting up here some days ago. They were asking me, well, what do you think, Jimbo? What's going on? And I think those of us that are awake, I think there's going to be a lot of that coming. And it's going to be a time to change gears, for us to change our belief set, and for us to change our consciousness, and for us to come together with these people. Because as I shared in the last podcast, and I think I just mentioned, I believe that many of these people are in fear. And they're going to need a lot of love. They're going to need a lot of love and understanding and compassion. And it's very difficult to admit that we were wrong. There's a lot of pride involved. There's shame involved. People that took the jab more than once, twice, three times, more, as the truth comes out, it's a tough red pill to swallow. It's going to be tough. Repeat after me. I was wrong. No big words. You'd think it would just roll off the lips. It's a tough one. And, as I've shared in the past, from what I understand, After this intelligence disclosure sting operation is over with, there is going to be perhaps a single-digit number of people, perhaps 5, 6%, 7%, that simply are not going to wake up. Recapping, first, whether we like it or not, we're all going to take election integrity 2.0. It's going to be a class that I believe we're all going to be forced to learn about. We're going to learn a whole lot about election integrity. Next couple of 2 or 3 things in the final stages of this operation is going to be learning that it's almost going to seem like the more famous people are, the more evil they are. Then we're going to have the crash of the dollar. Not sure what order it's going to be in, but there's going to be I believe, a big crash in the dollar. And then the one that's going to come very close to uniting humanity with all but the most hijacked souls is going to be finding out about the children, finding out about what happened to approximately 1 million of our children last year and some 7 or 8 million worldwide. And you know, what came to me, like I say, it's the perfection, the full circle karmic symmetry. I mean, I wish I wrote down all of the symmetrical facets of this operation where the alliance, the good guys, are using all of the tools that they use against us. Everything that they practice is being used against them. They use the popular culture, they use the media to brainwash the populace. The most effective way to unbrainwash the populace is the same way. How else are you going to do it? But here's the mind blower that came to me at 2 a.m. I believe that there's actually going to be a benevolent MK Ultra programming done on the sleepy ones, right? You've got the fracture of their foundation. Their whole belief set is going to get rocked, which mimics a problem to us humans that are preoccupied with having their belief set and it's theirs and it took decades to arrive at and it's theirs. Their whole belief set's going to get rocked. It's a problem. And the truth is going to come at them. And in keeping with this proven formula, I believe they will be more receptive to accepting the avalanche of truth that's coming our way. I mean, I don't know about you, but this stuff is fascinating to me. How are they going to do it? I believe it's a divine operation. And it's going to be orchestrated and done in a divine manner, a divine timetable that is going to mimic the consciousness of the people and their readiness and ability to take it on. The timetable is going to be dictated by the people's ability to accept truth. They expect us to believe that Kamala Harris got 67 million votes. Trump got 74 million. I think those are the last numbers. That after this 4-year tough love, painful period, that less people voted for Donald Trump than last time, that there was much less turnout. Really? It's all going to come out, guys. It's all going to come out. And in this tough love movie that we've been seeing, and as we've been told in the Q drops many, many times in a colored, bright highlight, it's a scripted movie. The reason that there's been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of coincidences, of deltas to the day of Q drops isn't because we have psychics behind the scenes. It's because we've largely already won. And they're dripping and spoon feeding in a kind of delayed unfolding the truth. And these predictions could have only been shared by people that were in control, in the driver's seat. There is no other explanation. I mean, how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times can there be coincidences? It's mathematically impossible. Like I say, in this brand of warfare, controlling the narrative is huge. And they've lost the narrative. These satanic sodomites, their ability to divide us is diminishing. We've got people from all walks of life that they smelling something, and it don't smell like apple pie. They're figuring it out. They're starting to feel the truth. All kinds of people are coming together. See these Trump rallies? Madison Garden sold out in 3 hours. All kinds of people, guys, from all different walks of life coming together. Because really, we all want the same thing, don't we? We want a safe community. We want to experience some financial abundance. We want to be able to bring up our kids in a way that instills real education, where they're not brainwashed to hate their country, feel guilty about being a human being, and all the other instruments of brainwashing and societal sabotage that these dark ones have imposed on our precious psyche. But it's a trip watching the whole thing, isn't it? People from all walks of life we're seeing on social media. You got the soy boys. They're coming around. They're like, you know, the Donald, he said mean things. And I had a really hard time with the hair. The hair was really bothering me. But the hair got better and things were a lot better with Trump. And I think I like the Donald now. I'm really glad I voted for him. I'm really glad he's going to get in. You got brothers in the hood. They're coming to like the Donald. They like, you know, I didn't like Trump before. I believed all the shit that he was a racist and everything. But We coming around, all my brothers and sisters, we coming around. We're like, things were better under Trump. And when you listen to him talk, he makes sense. You listen to Kamala, she tries to act like a sister. She ain't a sister. Come down putting on her phony accent and shit. Mm-mm. No, no. Me and the brothers and sisters I know, we for the Donald now. We voted for Donald. We didn't even use to vote. We voted for Donald Trump. And we glad we did. And I think he gonna make America great again. Democrats ain't our friend. Mm-mm. Sisters are like, no, no, you've been taking me for a fool. Nope, nope. Me and the sisters I know, we see the way the man is. We see the way the man is with people, black people, white people, brown people, women's. He's nice to women's. He appoints women's to have them in his administration. We ain't buying all that stuff anymore. I voted for Trump, and the peoples I know, sisters, they voted for Trump too. hmm I think he's a good man. Mhm. And then you got people from the South. People in a rural environment, they tend to be more pragmatic and conservative. Have you noticed? People from the South are like, yeah, we was always for Donald Trump. I mean, I like the way he talked. He's he's for the working man, and things are better under Donald Trump. And I mean, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to listen to Headboard Harris or Tampon Tim talk. There ain't no there. They ain't saying nothing. You know, Tampon Tim. Come on, man. You gonna have this guy's vice president? Come on. He's the kind of guy where I come from. We take him hunting. You know what I'm saying? Asian people. They like, I rock a Donald Trump. Donald Trump make good for business. Economy better with Donald Trump. Uh, no, no, I think he good man. I think he good man. And yes, uh, yes, other Asian people I know, they like Donald Trump. We vote for Donald Trump. Yes, economy better. Economy better. I watch, I see. I write. People from India, we are liking Donald Trump. It is not fair to my family. We come here, we are having to, like you are saying, jump to hoops to come to America. Now these people, they are letting them in from all over the world and are not having to do anything. They're just saying, here you go. They are allowing them to vote. No, it is not right. I send for my family. They come here. They do it the right way. They are taking the job. No, I think they are just wanting them to vote. The Democrat, no, no. Myself and the people I know from my part of the world, they are liking Donald Trump. They are voting for Donald Trump. Yes. All kinds of people from all kinds of people from all over the world. Have you ever seen so many people supporting a presidential candidate from other countries? It's because they recognize that as long as the American experiment is intact, that there is a possibility for freedom for people everywhere. And perhaps they're thinking that they could immigrate here one day the right way. America, and believe it or not, Russia, are the most free places on earth. And they get it. I mean, there's a lot of people from other countries that know more about our Constitution and our foundation than Americans do. They recognize the significance of America not being taken over in this communist coup. Now, I'm not going to have fun and imitate some of our Karens and some of our super liberal friends. That would be disrespectful. I don't need to. You guys have seen them lose their minds and just come up with stuff that's, I mean, they are genuinely freaking out in fear. It's unbelievable. It's bizarre. It's been said that whatever the question is, love is the answer, guys. And I believe that many of these people are in fear. And as our whole construct changes, it's going to be time to reach out to many of these people and come together with them. And I know we like to be right. And I know that we're yearning to be able to say, I told you so. And I'm no different. There's some people that have been, giving me the treatment, like I was joking about once before, my dad's friend. I saw him this summer. He's half awake. He's conservative, but he just figures the closer he watches, looks at Fox News, the more he'll figure it out. When he saw me over the summer, he's like, oh, look, it's Jimbo, Mr. Optimistic, Dr. Feelgood. How you doing there, kiddo? I gotta tell ya, I was listening to some of the stuff that you've been kind of slinging around here these last years, and I don't know. I've been looking at the economy. I've been looking at them looking to steal the next election. I'm looking at us getting into World War III. And I got to tell you there, Jimbo, I think you may not be Nostradamus. You know what I'm saying? But he's one of those people when I was trying to get a bet going as to whether they would steal this presidential election. He's a big better, but he didn't want in on the action. By the way, guys, like I say, Donald Trump won this election by way more than they're been portraying to us. It's all going to come out. And when I tell him that we're not done with 2020 yet, he looks at me like a creature from outer space with a large third proboscis with an eyeball at the end of it. We'll see. Well, guys, we're heading to an amazing future that's better than we could have ever hoped for. And those that are brainwashed, it's like powers that be are going to make nice for them, like my grandmother used to say. Things are going to be made nice for them against their will. Almost like people that, reminds me of people that always hated Christmas. But then one year, they get the most amazing divine gifts that they could have ever hoped for. And they change their mind. A lot of people are going to change their mind. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to admit that you were wrong. We've had an unbelievable amount of information hoarded from us. So much, guys. And when we get a little glimpse of the truth, sometimes it sounds like nut bar factor 10. I was wrong. It's tough. But it's like what used to be written in the background of my first podcasts. That could be on my epitaph as far as I'm concerned. We've all been deceived beyond our current understanding. Ours is to be of open heart, open mind, and to come together like never before. There's going to be a lot of celebrating going on, guys. And it's a time to think about what really makes your heart sing and what would really make you happy and what service you would really like to offer others without having to worry about money all the time. And we're going to come to recognize what the real us and them was. And it wasn't the left and the right. It was humanity against this international satanic crime syndicate that has been behind almost everything that's wrong on planet Earth for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So being rid of these people in and of itself is going to be amazing. The amazing technology and free energy and the amazing medbed technology that's already here that's going to be rolled out. Being healthy, being abundant. Unbelievable. It's time to drop all of the old oppressive crap about us not being worthy, about us feeling less than. It's tough. I have a friend that's a very prolific activist. We've done a lot of work together. Many of you would know her name. She's into showing, the documents and all the plans that these globalists had for us. And she's been brainwashed too in her own way. I try to cheer her up, talk to her about evidence of the operation and what's coming. And she gets fired up. She gets like upset with me. No, she says with resolve, because of this and that and the other thing and the plans, and we're all going to die. And so we have to strike the right balance. We want to hold our hand out to others, but we don't want to. The dogs just got let in. The natives are getting restless. But we don't want to get any on us, like I like to say. So it takes a lot of mental discipline right now. And a whole lot of love, guys. And I hope that you feel it and energetically embrace the amazing future that we have coming our way and feel worthy of it. And think for yourself, feel for yourself, and enjoy the show, because it largely is a show, guys. We've already won. And we're not done. Like Trump says, there's a 100% chance that there's going to be a terror attack. So add that to the other 4 things that I mentioned that are going to be another instrument of awakening. Had to be this way. Tough love happening for us, not to us. But there's a whole lot of amazing things coming our way. And it's time for us to come together and get our head around the real New World Order, guys. And enjoy. Enjoy. That's why we're here. Keep your faith up stronger than ever before. And thanks for watching What Woke You Up. I have an amazing woman coming on next that's is a channeler. She's an animal communicator. And I believe that there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from her. And amazing woman. I hope you'll tune in next time to What Woke You Up. Like, share, comment. You're welcome to send me an email. And lots of love to you. It's coming.
It's been a long time coming. It's going to be a long time gone. And it appears to be very long. Appears to be very long.